So I know most of us have been keeping our attention on the love triangle going on recently between Nene, Ricky, and EJ, but I think there's another ship slowly beginning to emerge right now that we should be keeping our eyes on as well. Let's get into it. So the episode starts off with EJ and Nene fighting in the hallway over EJ being a no-good dirty cell phone thief. And he actually tries to play dumb for a brief second before realizing the jig is up. You're busted, buddy. Let's see you try to talk your way out of this one.
That is what this is about. I'm just trying to hold on to what we had over the summer.
Really? That's the best you got? Well, if that's the best you got, then breakup coming in 3, 2...
Yeah, I was too, but you know what? Summer's over.
Now, some may argue that this wasn't an official breakup, but it sounded like one to me. I mean, it was definitely implied. And if so, that would mean that this ship only lasted 4 episodes, if they don't end up patching things up. So any chance of them going into the Shipping Hall of Fame would pretty much be over. But I mean, let's be honest. Did they really have much of a chance to end up there in the first place? I mean, come on. And if you thought that was the worst of it, oh no, it gets better. Turns out that Nene actually didn't get the main role in theater camp on her own. EJ had his hand in that too, because apparently he slipped Emily a bad egg, which made her get sick, which then allowed Nene to step in and play the lead role in Emily's absence. Turns out it wasn't fate that brought these two together. God damn, this couple is looking worse and worse by the second. I mean, I've been looking for reasons to ship it, but all I'm getting are reasons to stay the hell away from it. So Ricky's mom comes home earlier than expected, and she comes with some really, really bad news. Something that I think we all feared and saw coming, and that's Ricky's parents getting a divorce. And Ricky is not taking this so well, which, I mean, come on, that's to be expected. This is a lot for any kid to handle. And couple this with the whole Troy and Nene thing he's also stressing over, and this is just a really, really bad day for him. Speaking of which, since Ricky was late to rehearsal, EJ gets to step in and play Troy with Nene. Oh, this is gonna be good. And by good, I mean terrible. Wow. This is even more awkward than when Nene and Ricky had to do this when they were mad at each other. I didn't think it could get much worse than that, but I stand corrected. Now, luckily, Ricky comes flying through the door to save the day. Unfortunately, though, the teacher has this very strict must come prepared rule, aka one of my least favorite rules of all time. As far as I'm concerned, me showing up to somewhere I don't want to be should be good enough for you. But in her defense, she didn't know what Ricky was going through back at home. And once she finds out, she tells him that he should go back home and be with his family, which I'm not so sure is what he needs at the moment. I mean, I don't think there's much he could do to fix this, and I think being somewhere where he could keep his mind off of it actually may be the better thing to do for right now. Maybe hang out with friends, or friend, in your case, since you only seem to have one. So Gina tries to convince EJ to work with her if he wants to get the part of Troy and win Nene back. But EJ is still far too pissed off at her to listen to a damn word she has to say. I wasn't sure what Gina's plan was at first, but after looking at this homecoming dance poster, I'm starting to get a good idea on what this evil genius is probably thinking. Gina and EJ as homecoming queen and homecoming king. Interesting, but more on that later. So Nene is out with her friend, and clearly she is still not over the whole EJ thing, and instead of keeping that built up frustration inside, she does what any decent human being would do: lash it out onto others.
Hey! Yeah, excuse me, over here? Yeah, I know you don't know me very well, but guess what? You probably know him even less.
Yikes. And we get to see a very brief flashback scene with EJ and Nene at theater camp, and perhaps their very first kiss. Now, I'm not sure this was their first kiss, I'm kind of just speculating here and guessing, but either way, something tells me that they're going to get a lot more flashback scenes going forward, which is nice and I think important for the ship. If they want people to get behind this couple, it would help to actually see how they actually got started. So yeah, I expect to see more flashback scenes scattered around in other episodes. We'll see though. So Nene finds out that Ashlyn, aka EJ's cousin, knew about this all along and didn't tell her. And honestly, she took this news better than I thought she would. I expected her to storm off disgusted and pretty much declare their friendship over. But to her credit, if you want to call it that, she didn't. And I'm kind of glad she didn't, because even though Ashlyn did know about it, she didn't actually take her phone. And EJ is her cousin, so she's kind of in a pretty rough lose-lose situation here. Her cousin might be a cell phone thief, but it's still her cousin. I get it. Not saying I agree, but I get it. And Ashley goes on to try to explain that sometimes EJ does the wrong things for the right reasons. And maybe, just maybe, she can find it in her heart to forgive him. Wow, Ashlyn. How long did it take you to come up with that giant pile of horse shit? Now look, maybe you could argue that what he did to get NeNe the main role in theater camp was for the right reason, but what right reason did he have for taking her cell phone or deleting her voice messages? His only reasons for doing that was jealousy, insecurity, and trust issues. Not very good traits for your boyfriend to have. Just saying. Good luck with that. So NeNe decides to take it a step further and blocks EJ from texting her. And once EJ sees this, he decides to finally stop stalking her and goes home. So much for that heart-to-heart warming talk, huh, Ashlyn? Looks like NeNe didn't buy that pile of crap you were spewing either, and good for her. So after failing to get any sleep at his friend's house, Ricky decides to go over to NeNe's house to sleep over. And if you're as confused as I am, he didn't actually ask NeNe to sleep over, he asked her mom. Or Ricky's dad asked her mom. Either way though, but regardless on who asked who, how this seemed like a good idea to anyone is beyond me. Well, I take that back. I know why it seemed like a good idea to Ricky. He'd do anything to win NeNe back. Can I get a large pity with a side of emotional manipulation, please? Thank you. And to his credit, it worked. For the first time in forever, NeNe is actually opening up to Ricky. She even called him her friend and let him know that she's there for him. And you know what's coming next, right? I called this the second that I knew that Ricky was staying the night at her house. Wait for it. That beautiful almost kiss. Every good relationship starts with an almost kiss, people. Now, granted, they've already been together before, but still, it's a damn near requirement in TV shows these days. So, anyone that ships it, probably a great sign for you. I mean, hell, might be a good sign for me. We'll see. So desperate times call for desperate measures, and EJ is one desperate little boy. So he goes to Gina's house and decides to accept her help. And Gina confirms her idea is what I alluded to earlier. She and EJ are going to the homecoming dance. Now this is obviously being done in an attempt to make NeNe jealous and perhaps want EJ back. But could this be the start of another ship? Gina and EJ? Do you ship it, people? Something tells me one of them is going to start catching feelings sooner or later, the longer that they work together. But who do you think is gonna be the first one to catch feelings? Leave your vote in the comments section. My money is on Gina. So the episode ends with Ricky leaving NeNe's house, deciding to not spend the night after all. I guess he finally came to the obvious realization that him staying there would be a little bit weird. Should have come to that realization way before you actually got there, but hey, better late than never. At least NeNe is back on your good side again, which, let's be honest, isn't that the real reason you went over there? Mission accomplished. So yeah, people, that was the episode, and as the previous three, another really good episode. I'm not really sure how to feel about EJ at this point. I mean, I'm trying to give everyone a chance right now, but if I'm being completely honest, the more EJ talks, the more I don't like him. The more I see his character, the more I just don't like him. I feel like I'm trending I'm trending, as far as him and NeNe is concerned, as far as they're concerned, I feel like I'm trending in the wrong direction with that ship right about now. Which is really unfortunate because, like I said in my review, I was actually looking for reasons to ship them. Because I want to ship them, you know, I do. I mean, I never go into a show or go into a ship not wanting to ship them. Like I want to ship. I like shipping things. It makes me feel good, people. It makes me feel good. So it's not like I don't want to ship them. I do. I want to ship them, but I feel like the more I see of them, the more I'm realizing that they probably aren't the ship for me. At least not right now. That could change, obviously one day that could obviously change, but I think I've seen enough of them for right now to know that I'm probably either never gonna ship them, or I'm at the very least not gonna ship them anytime soon. Which, I mean, I guess I'm fine with, because honestly, Ricky and Nene, I feel like I'm trending in the positive direction with that ship right now. I'm not all the way there, but there's no question, as far as I'm concerned, which one of these two ships is showing the most promise. And to me, it's Ricky and Nene. But again, I'm not all the way there yet, but I am very, very heavily leaning in that direction. You guys can let me know which direction you're leaning in, but there's another ship that might actually intrigue me, possibly more than either one of these two ships. Possibly. And that's Gina and EJ. Now, this ship, they haven't really took off yet. They haven't taken off yet, but I think we can all kind of see where this is likely going here. I think we can all kind of see where this is likely going. And I think at some point, EJ and Gina are going to develop feelings for each other, or at least one of them is going to develop feelings for the other. At least one. I would almost bank anything on it. I could be wrong, but that's where I see where this is going. Now, I'm intrigued about that possibility, but because of how the relationship started and because of where it is right now, it's kind of impossible for me to say that I ship it right now, because I haven't, you know, nothing has really happened yet, even though I clearly see that this is where this is the direction that they're going down. Nothing has really happened yet. And I think I need to wait until they catch feelings so I can really see how their chemistry is and really see if I could possibly see myself falling for them. It's too early right now for me to say for sure, but I am intrigued about that possibility, and I do want to see more of them, and I can't wait to see what happens when they do go to homecoming together. And let's see who gets jealous and who catches feelings first, people. I can't wait to see. But yeah, people, let me know what you guys thought about this episode, and anything I didn't talk about that you guys might want to contribute in the comment section and whatnot. But yeah, this is one of my new favorite shows, people. I will be watching it every single week, and I will be reviewing it every single week. And I'll probably make other videos here and there, you know, about whatever that might come to mind. So be on the lookout for that, people. But other than that, I think I've talked enough in this video. I think I've talked enough, so I think that I'm done talking. Until next time.